Hi guys, good morning and welcome to Primus Learning. My name is Primus Veku. I'm the founder of Primus Learning, and Primus Learning is an organization that is out to help people transform the way they have been looking at education, right? We've been dealing mostly in the tech space, so we train people on skill sets that really matters. Cutting edge technologies, we deal with cutting edge technologies that will enable you to get into the market real quick. So we are talking of technologies like cloud computing. It's a new way of dealing with computing services, and this is offered to you by the cloud providers. We have main cloud providers like Amazon, like Google, or Amazon or AWS, right? Amazon Web Services, that's the full name, or GCP, which is Google Cloud Platform, or Azure, which is the Microsoft Cloud Platform. There are other cloud platforms like Oracle, Alibaba, and many others. That's one of the technologies we deal with. There are new concepts like DevOps. We are training people to become hands-on DevOps engineers. Like if you wanted to get into the DevOps market, which is so hot now, the DevOps market is one of the hottest markets that you can find in the industry now. Organizations are looking for really good hands-on DevOps engineers who can come in and help them release software quicker to the market. And so that's one of the core areas that we focus on, and we offer training to people, right? So it's not this general type of education that people typically would offer. No, that's not the type of training we do. We do real hands-on training with projects. We give you projects and you walk through them. By the time you graduate from our program, which is from 5 to 6 months long, you become really efficient with helping companies automate their processes, helping companies design a strategy for releasing software in the market. So Primus Learning is really out there helping people. We've trained over 300 people and employed them here in the US, and we continue to do that, right? We even offer training to organizations. So for instance, if your team is in need of someone who can help the release process of your software, we train engineers, DevOps engineers who can do that. So organizations would hire us to help train their teams so that they can gain skill sets in DevOps technologies. We have new DevOps technologies and tools and services that pop up every year, and the real industry driven types of tools are available right now. We have tools like Kubernetes, we have tools like Docker, Ansible, and of course, AWS services that will help you in the process, right? There are just a whole lot of them. I will teach you CI/CD pipeline. That's continuous delivery and continuous deployment pipelines to help you be able to release software, to help you to be able to know the process that you would use in releasing software to the market quickly. There are tools like Jenkins, GitHub Actions. These are some of the main ones that are making waves in the DevOps space in the market. We also train people in data engineering. So we help you, move data from one state to another. Data is like the new oil now. Data is really very valuable. There's the concept of big data, which is basically data that comes in different volumes, in different velocities, in basically data that is so huge. Data is generated today from everywhere, from Twitter, with the millions of tweets that go out every day, from YouTube with videos, from Facebook, from Snapchat, from all types of sources, right? So data is unstructured from all the types of sources, and then you have structured data as well. So the world is really advancing in terms of the way data is produced now. It's produced even from smart devices like IoT devices and things that you have at home, TVs, fridges, and so on and so forth, right? Even from industry, right? The industry driven smart devices that produce a lot of data, and all of this brings the big data concept into the picture. So we'll help you in the big data space as well as in data analytics, where this data is transformed using, machine learning processes, machine learning algorithms, the idea of deep learning, the idea of artificial intelligence. You can hear of concepts like ChatGPT and all of those. ChatGPT is basically built from machine learning models that train themselves with data out there, right? So you see the importance of data, train themselves with data out there. And through that training, machines are able to automatically respond to questions or prompts that you give them as a result of the training that it's had from data that is curated over years. So at Primus Learning, we really help you build a specific career, right? If you want to be a data engineer, we would help you direct you to that point where you can become an effective data engineer. We help you transform your journey. If you've been so generic in the way you approach IT, we help you focus. We help you give you a focus in one area that can really bring you into the industry, get you hired by the Fortune 500 companies in the world, in the US, and anywhere you are, right? So the beauty of IT right now is that you can literally work from anywhere. And that's why our core area, which is DevOps, it's so smart. You can literally work from everywhere. We have people who are working from Douala, Cameroon, from Abuja, Nigeria, Lagos, from Abidjan in Ivory Coast, and many other places, right? Even in France and so on, who are hired from Africa to go work there. Why? Because their skill sets are particularly unique. Their skill sets are really, really good and needed in the market. So guys, do not focus so much on general principles. General principles are very good. They help you understand how the whole technology stacks work, how the concept behind it, but you need the hands-on training to be able to get that job, to be able to land that job, to be able to get that offer and get the 6 figures you've been looking for. To do this, you will not use a general certificate. Even I get students or learners, I like to call people learners. I get learners who come with a degree in computer science, a degree in information technology, a degree in cybersecurity, and they are not able to secure a job. Why? Because their skill sets are too generic. They don't have the exposure. They don't have what I call evidence of work and evidence of proof of work. They don't have evidence of work and they don't have proof of work. What does this mean? This simply means you cannot prove that you're able to do the work you're saying you're applying for. You cannot show evidence that you are capable of handling that job. That is where we come in. We come in to fill that gap, right? We can come in to break that gap, to give you the evidence of work that you need, to give you the proof of work that you need, to show that you are able to do exactly what you're applying for. So if you're applying for a DevOps position, you should be able to help the organization that wants to hire you to automate their processes, to build a strategy for their DevOps teams, to help them with their CI/CD pipelines, to help build workflows that deploy their software quickly, you'll be able to work in an agile environment where there's version control and teams are able to share things that they do. You'll be able to help them break that gap between the operations team and, of course, the developers. So once we train you in DevOps technologies, that is exactly what you become capable of. You'll be able to prove that you can do that. You'll be able to have that evidence that you can do that. And of course, there are other things. We'll train you to become an AWS solutions architect, someone with knowledge who can help design architectures for organizations, right? Who can help an organization design a well-structured architecture, a well architected architecture for, if I can put it that way, for the organization. What does this mean? This means you take care of security. If the organization is moving data from one place to another, you take care of what? You take care of data encryption in transit. You take care of encryption at rest, which means once data is moving, you want to make sure that data is moving securely, in a secure way. If data is stored in a location, you want to make sure that data is stored correctly and is stored in in a secure way. And of course, you want to make sure that the architecture you are building is resilient, so it cannot just fall off when there's a lot of traffic, or it just can't be attacked anyhow. It has to be redundant. That architecture has to be scalable, such that if, for instance, your application grows tomorrow, that architecture or that design that you're building should be able to suck in, right? Should be able to withstand the increase in traffic. And as such, you have to design a solution for the organization that takes care of scalability, that takes care of growth, right? You should be able to scale out when your applications and of course traffic increases. These are some of the things that would help you do. And of course, these will be focused on particular cloud platforms. You can become an AWS cloud architect. You can become an AWS DevOps engineer. You can become an AWS an AWS system administrator. There are different things that you can become. You can become an AWS developer. So these are things that will help you to be able to use AWS services to provide solutions to clients. So at Primus Learning, we train you to be able to do this. And of course, guys, it's not about just training you and leaving you out there. We train you and help prepare you for interviews. So we have a whole process that helps guide you through your resume building, through how to take interviews. For instance, if they ask you a question at interviews, tell me about yourself. What are you telling the interviewer? Of course, you know that you have to trace a history of your work, right? A history of your work. So you have to show evidence of your work, right? Hey, what were you doing when company A hired you? What was your contribution to that company? And what are you currently doing with the company that you're working for right now? What contribution are you bringing to the company? Why did the company hire you? How are you helping them realize that goal, or the reason why they hired you? So we help you learn how to be able to talk to interviewers, to be able to interact with interviewers, to feel free in interviews and share experiences and share what you've helped organizations do over the years. And so we really want to give you that value, right? And that's why our programs are really tailored to be hands-on, to be really job specific, to do exactly what you see at your job. If your job is to get up there and build a system and design an architecture and design and build infrastructure as code, we would teach you exactly the technologies, Terraform and all of that you need to be able to do to be able to build a stack, to be able to build scripts or Terraform scripts that will help provision infrastructure for the organization. So we really are out there training a lot of people. You can see it from our reviews. You can get it from our past learners. You can visit our website at primuslearning.org to get more information. But yes, we have a training that's coming up, a DevOps session, which starts on March 28th. March 27. And of course, you can reach out to me directly at 240-486-1313. The number again is 240-486-1313. If you're out of the US, you can add a 1 in front of it. So it'll be +1 240-486-1313. And I just wanted to share my screen here quickly and show you an example program that we're doing, right? The DevOps program that we're offering this March. This is how it looks, right? You literally see how we organize our programs. We have an introduction into information technology, which means your skill sets you don't need to have skill sets in IT to start this course. We train you from zero. We introduce you into the basics of computing, how computing even started, how computers came about, and what the computer is, what memory is, what, how the computer is made up, what the computer is made up of, and how it all began, right? So we introduce you to IT, we introduce you to AWS core services. So you learn of services like IAM, that's Identity and Access Management. You learn of virtual private clouds or VPCs. You learn of S3, which is a storage service that AWS offers, EC2, RDS, and many others, right? The core areas in AWS. And then you be introduced to DevOps, what DevOps is all about. You learn that it's just a basic, some basic principles and ways of helping organizations to release software. And then you learn of Linux. To be able to be a good DevOps engineer, you need to have those Linux capabilities. And of course, you need to learn some scripting, because most of your things will be automated. And so you need shell scripting or bash scripting to be able to do that. You learn version control, GitHub, and many others. You learn Maven, Nexus, Tomcat, SonarQube, Docker. We have Jenkins. We'll build this within the AWS space. You have Ansible. We'll use AWS GitHub or AWS, DevOps tools to be able to transform your journey. And of course, we'll learn Terraform, which is an infrastructure as code tool that helps you deploy infrastructure in any cloud provider. So the providers could be AWS, could be Google, could be Azure, could be Oracle, and so on and so forth. Also, one thing that is very fundamental is an introduction to algorithms. You need to be able to understand what algorithms are to help you focus, right? To help you. Algorithms basically would give you that background that you need to become a good, rational IT individual. And so after algorithms, we'll introduce you to Python, Lambdas, and deployments using Kubernetes. Kubernetes is one of the hottest technologies in terms of tools that help you deploy applications out there. And of course, you learn Helm, you learn Argo CD, monitoring. Monitoring is a big part of DevOps, Prometheus and Grafana. And of course, towards the end of your training, towards the last months of your training, we'll be helping prepare you for interviews, build your resumes. And once you get a job, that's the beauty of Primus Learning. Once you get a job, we also help you with continuous support, right? That means when you face a challenge at work, we are right there to support you. We have support services for those who are facing challenges, and we are always available. Just with a click, once you send us a text, there is always somebody who jumps in to say, hey, this is how you do this. This is how you do it. And And that's the beauty of Primus Learning, guys. So if you're out there and maybe you've studied computer science in Cameroon, maybe you've studied, IT in Nigeria, anywhere, or you've studied economics, or you've studied history, or you've studied geography, whatever, philosophy, English language, anything, you can come to us and we will help you. We train both in Africa and here in the US, we train online. So your location doesn't limit you, guys. Your location doesn't limit you. Let us help transform your journey. Let us help push you out there to be hireable. A lot of people are out there looking for employment, but they don't have specific skills that companies are looking for. So guys, at Primus Learning, we help you, give you the skills that you need to be able to get a job. So guys, reach out to us at 240-486-1313. We are readily available, or just go to our website and drop us a message or something. We are here to help you learn. We are here to help you develop a career path for you. Even if you don't know what you want to do, right? Reach out to us at Primus Learning and we will help direct you. Just talking to us will give you guidance on what you can really focus on. So guys, it was a pleasure being here. I just wanted to pass this message across to you. And this is Primus from Primus Learning, and it's bye-bye for now.